Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley,
Get him off big, Freddy.
Get him off big.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host, the man that built this city on rock and roll. Don't you remember? And best friend Josh Bradley. Say hey, Josh.
What is up, everybody? And Richard, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Episode 136 here, and we're having to do this on a thirsty Thursday, Josh.
Thirsty Thursday. And it feels a little odd.
It does? We used to do episodes all the time on odd days of the week, and then we kind of narrowed it down to just the weekends. You know, it's just like normal married people's sex schedules, right? Just the weekends, then just on your birthdays, then two with toys. And then you get to the point where you can't even have a weekend without catching a boner with your wife. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
I am actually thrilled that Jake Roberts is on AEW and looking good. And like I said, we talked about it, and we don't talk a lot of wrestling anymore on here. We actually talked about it a couple of weeks ago off the air, and that promo he cut on Cody Rhodes was just, ooh, and it wasn't perfect, but you know it wasn't written. You know what I mean? It was just
Right.
like,
And
straight from the heart.
I absolutely love now
Yeah.
off-the-cuff promos
Yeah.
because they don't feel so
Right.
robotic.
Let me tell you something. On March the 2nd,
When
we are
I
going to
step
have a
into
Rumble.
WrestleMania
Right.
that anyone can watch on the WWE network for only $9.99.
Right. It just becomes more of the same old, just dredge.
I
And you're
will
like-
take an Ultimate Warrior promo any day of the
Right.
week before that bullshit.
And here's the thing: is like I actually enjoyed that, you know. And it was like I watched this WWE thing on the WWE Network. They were talking about the FCW years, the Florida Championship
Yeah.
Wrestling years. Right after they left OVW, they went to Steve Keirn, and Steve Keirn pretty much was doing the same thing your uncle was doing.
Right.
It was his promotion. And I think they need to go back to that. But I digress for a second. But I think they need to go back to that whole having a territory system, because not everything that works in Seattle is going to work in Tennessee. But one of the things they actually said was, you know, every once in a while you get somebody and it's like they would have to do promos, and like all the promos were just like, for the most part, crappy and embarrassing. And then they're like, and every once in a while you get somebody that just gets it and just goes, wow. And it was Bray Wyatt. And like, dude, some of those interviews was just like, good God, you realize how good he is. It's like, man, WWE is just wasting him. Imagine what he could do on like an unfiltered. And I know you are not like totally bought in as much as I am on AEW, but I think the whole reason I'm bought in is because it's not a fake, like it doesn't feel phony. You know what I mean?
I get it. But, I mean, I would be...
Like the interviews, you know what I mean? Not everybody sounds
yeah.
the same.
But, I mean, I don't want to say that I'm not, like, bought in with AEW.
No, right. I know you know what I mean, though, right?
I like a lot more of their shit than I do what's going on with WWE.
You're tougher
right
on
now.
the ones you love.
But the thing about it is, yeah, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And I do fantasize about what if, and I've thought about it before, like,
Yeah.
what if Bray Wyatt left?
Good God.
Imagine how big he would be, like you're talking about, with the dog collar and chain off.
Yeah.
And just letting him be Bray.
Yeah.
Or whatever the fuck his real
Fucking
name
let
is.
him win a match. Dude, the most over guy you've had in years, and you put the belt on him for one, which was a mistake. You should have never booked him in that way. He should have been your New Age Undertaker. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I think they were going for, but like somebody else was talking about, I forget what show I was listening to, but it kind of made me think about it. It was like, you beat him too much.
Right.
Anytime he was in the major spotlight, they wouldn't let him get a win. I mean, they would just job him out to whoever.
Yeah.
I mean, So what? He got to win on Raw, or every other week or whatever. I mean, it's when the big time shit is happening.
Right.
That's when everybody's paying attention.
And you got to wonder, is like, what is it that is holding like him back in the people's minds that run the show? You know what I mean? Because you talk about promos. He's one of the best promo guys that come out in a while. You know what I mean? And he's a second or third generation star. His dad's Mike Rotundo.
Right.
And it wasn't his
his mom is Barry Windham's sister. So,
right.
Well, I guess it'd be third generation because Blackjack Mulligan.
Yeah.
is his
So, I
granddad.
mean, he's technically a third generation wrestler. His interviews are just fucking amazing. And he's a good wrestler. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a slouch in the ring either. So it's like, is it just his body shape? Is it just because he's not jacked? He's not ripped?
I don't think that's the case because they went all the way with Kevin Owens. So
But they've kind of pulled back the reins on him too. You know what I mean?
I feel like, just from the little tiny stuff that I've watched, like clip wise on
Yeah.
Twitter, that he's still in the main spotlight. I mean, he's one of the main guys on SmackDown, right?
He is, and I think
He wasn't
learned.
he wasn't in the spotlight for a while, and then he came back.
Right.
But he was hurt or something, I think.
Yeah, he got hurt, and he started this new gimmick where he was doing the Firefly Funhouse, which was the most over thing on.
I'm talking about Kevin Owens.
Oh no! Oh yeah. He got hurt a few times. He got into some hot water. Like he didn't really get into hot water, but there was some heat on him because he didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia or wherever it was that they did their shows, or Jeddah. I can't remember, but no, man.
But my thing is, he's shaped like a fucking volleyball.
Yeah.
And they still, the first time he was on WWE, they let him beat Cena, and then they just tried to go all the way immediately with it.
It's like they get you so far, and if it's like some people, they will ride to the end of the earth the way they want to ride them, like Roman Reigns.
Right.
You know what I mean? I like John Cena. I think both of us have a very high mutual respect for John Cena, and we didn't see why people were booing him. But I could say that I really thought they missed the boat by turning him heel. Like, if they would have turned him, say John Cena goes to AEW tomorrow and turns heel,
It'd be the biggest fucking thing
it'd be the
ever.
biggest fucking thing ever because he hasn't done that in 20 years. He hasn't been a heel.
I mean, in mainstream, he's never really been a heel. The only
He
time
was
that
when he
they-
first started.
Well, yeah.
He had the B square with Bull Buchanan.
But people started fucking liking him so much that shit changed quickly. I guess that is a wrong statement.
But here's the thing, though.
But
It's like you
I
have that
thought-
with John Cena, but then you have Bray Wyatt, who people start loving him, and they're like, well, he's still going to be a heel. And I get it. You have an evil clown as a heel, but then you have Roman Reigns, who also is just getting booed out of the... And this is on WWE. This ain't on Roman Reigns. I mean, some of it's on Roman Reigns, but you're talking about a man that beat cancer. I mean, and I know this is a bad way to think of it, but when he left, I was sitting there going, when he comes back, he will get the biggest babyface reaction ever. And then it felt like 6 months later, he came back, and I was like, they might have needed to let this set for a little while long. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
not let it set like he's not better. If he's better and he needs to go, then yeah, let him go. But like, they pushed him, and then they kept pushing him down people's throats. And it's like, they bricked this. They had a man that had cancer, that beat cancer, that should have been like the biggest babyface. He's going to be wrestling, well, if they have WrestleMania, he's going to be wrestling Bill Goldberg. And I don't know, it might be the Brock Lesnar Bill Goldberg thing all over again from WrestleMania, was it 20?
Yeah.
Where they booed both of them?
It was fucking awful.
Like, I can't see how this is going to be a win-win. And then on the other flip side of the thing, if you at least had Bray Wyatt in there, I don't know. I don't watch WWE that much. I watch it enough to know, and I follow the highlights, and I follow Twitter, and people tell me all I need to know. I know that sounds like third-hand information. And then I saw TMZ where Daniel Bryan had a nut fall out of his pants. Did you hear about that?
I didn't see that.
I mean, we could look it up on YouTube, but it won't. I mean, if you really want to see the nut, it won't show.
I don't give two shits about
But
Daniel
anyways,
Bryan's nuts.
he was getting clotheslined over the ropes, and one of his nuts just fell out of his tights. It's like, I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often.
Well, you figure they would wear some kind of undergarments because
No.
I'm going on national TV.
No.
Don't want this to happen.
For the most part, man, you got some people that'll wear I know how you're going to frown upon this.
G-strings, I
Yes, like most of the male wrestlers that wear those boxer tights.
Yeah.
They not boxer but brief tights. They have a G-string on, string up their ass and everything.
I know. That don't make it right.
But no, I mean, like I said, and here's the thing. And we're going to get off of all of this because I know half of our audience probably don't even listen to us for wrestling anymore.
I don't think any of them do.
And if you've stuck around this long, we've been talking about wrestling for 10 minutes. Thank you. And just thank you for indulging us. But Josh, I want to get into this. And we just talked about WrestleMania here in just a second. But I wanted to get into this. Right now, there's a few things that we don't talk about on this show. And it's what? Religion and politics, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I'd like to take out my axe. I'm going to hand you this axe. And I'd like to take a blood oath.
Blood oath.
I'd like to take a blood oath.
You know what an oat is?
Yeah, Quaker.
That's what I said.
If you want to smarten everybody up what that is, the people that don't know.
Well, what I'm doing, or what we're talking about,
Yeah.
the voice I'm doing, that is Joe LeDuc. And
Yes.
what happened? He did a blood oath on Memphis TV. It was live, and it was in, I think, 1970. It was in the 70s, late 70s, and people didn't do shit like this. But he said in the logging camps in the Great North in Canada, whenever somebody wanted to prove something, they would take an oath, a blood oath.
Yeah.
And he said he was going to cut his arm, make a mark, and if he didn't do what he said he was going to do to Jerry Lawler, which was mess his face up, make
Yeah.
it where nobody recognized him and all that shit.
Why'd you say it like Michael P.S.A.?
No, that's the way he talked, you know. And he said, "I'm going to do it right now."
Yeah.
And he cut his fucking forearm.
He took the axe and cut his arm.
cut it.
And it was all supposed to be like every time he saw that scar, he remembered Lawler and what
Right.
he wanted to do.
He couldn't look
Hell
in
of
the
a
mirror.
promo.
I couldn't look in the mirror.
Hell of a promo from a guy that couldn't really talk that well. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, a
he
French
wasn't the
Canadian.
yeah.
Barely spoke English, but he knew how to get a fucking match over and sell some goddamn tickets.
Lawler talked about Joe LeDuc in his book. Did we talk about that?
That is what, literally, that is the first
Yes.
heel
Yeah.
I ever remember, and they replayed that.
Oh,
I'm
God, yeah.
assuming on either in like 85 or 86.
Yeah.
I remember being a fucking teeny
Yeah.
little kid, and I freaked the fuck out when I seen that.
You've got a big man taking an axe and like cutting himself with.
I had never
you know, it's
seen. I had never seen horror movies at that
Yeah,
point.
but
you
I mean,
know?
this is real. There's
Right.
no fake blood. He is just cutting his arm, and you're like,
My
main,
God.
main artery there,
I
Joe.
was fucking terrified of Joe LeDuc after that.
Well, Lawler talked about Joe. Just to digress a little bit, Lawler talked about Joe LeDuc in his book, and he said Lawler had bought one of those blue lights. And he used to pull people over. And he pulled him over, and Joe was taking a long time. And then when Lawler finally walked up to the door, Joe was pissed because he just pissed away like a whole bunch of cocaine.
Lawler, Jerry Lawler, I'm really going to mess your face up now.
Pulls out the axe. I'm going to take a blood oath, and this is how I'm going to get my cocaine money back. Lawler, you see this blood? It's like, not everything has to be a blood oath. There, Joe.
The hell it doesn't.
Can you imagine that? This man's got arms all cut up. It's like, how many blood oats do you take a day?
I take life very seriously.
I swear I'll clean the dishwasher. Look, I take a blood oat. It's like, damn it, no. These are white carpets, Joe.
I'll just put the head in. I'll take a blood oats, baby.
I promise I'll pull out. Look, I take blood oat. Can you wear a condom, Joe? Yes, I'll wear a condom, I swear. I'll take a blood oat.
No.
Please stop bleeding on me, Joe.
I'm allergic to silicone or latex.
Latex.
I take a blood oats.
Allergic to silicone. Ain't going to be able to get in them titties.
Man, can't go to the strip club no more.
So I want to take a blood oat right now, Josh.
Do not do that.
And no, I'm not really.
I
what
will
is it
kick you in the
called?
nuts if you try
Hey.
to pull a knife out or something.
You gonna cut yourself too? That was one of the stupidest things.
We're
when
going to
we
be
were
real
kids.
brothers now. You cut your hand too.
Somehow you've contracted AIDS, Richard. Damn it, Josh. You are the more experienced party. Got to go that way.
Well,
I know you get syphilis from blood. But so I want to take a metaphorical blood oath right now, Josh. Unless extenuating circumstances happen and it gets so bad that there's no way to avoid it, can we say right now the third thing that we're not going to talk about is the coronavirus.
I have already mentioned it.
I know you
last
did. I
week.
know you did last week.
I
but
just stuck the head in,
Yeah.
and then I pulled it right
and
back
it's
out.
and we've mentioned it off air, but dude, I'm so sick of seeing about this virus that I think we need to take a blood oath right now and make sure that we just don't talk about this as much as we can. I know there's going to be certain circumstances that pop up. There's going to be stories. Hell, you might even get it. I mean,
You'll fucking get it. You get everything else, motherfucker.
well, this I'll be immune to.
I got gout, but somehow I didn't get the coronavirus.
But I mean,
You're like 37 years old or
I'm
whatever.
36.
You got fucking
part
gout.
of the 3-6 Mafia.
My God. You got
Anyways,
a disease like people over 60 should get.
no, like, it happens to younger people too.
Does it?
It does.
I've never seen anybody our age wearing orthopedic shoes.
I don't wear orthopedic shoes though. That's the thing.
Whatever.
I mean,
Continue.
but how about we say this? Unless one of us get it, or it's just so topical, or something happens that we have to talk about it, we kind of avoid it because I think if it's been overplayed,
It really has.
and I'm just to the point where it's like, wash your fucking hands. Let's take a hard stance here. If you don't see somebody washing their hands when they leave a bathroom, slap the shit out of them. You take them over there, give them a swirly, and then make them wash their hands. Because
You wash your hands like I'm washing that face.
Because I mean, let's be honest, shit, this is getting out of control now, and it's like it's all because people don't want to wash their hands. So
Maybe. I mean, sucking face and breathing all over each other, being
I
in
didn't know
each
where you were
other's
going with sucking.
personal space.
Shucking dick. That's where you get it from. It's like, shut your fucking mouth.
I guarantee you. Oh, my wife's going to hear
This will be the one episode my wife listens to.
you. She'll believe you, and it won't happen.
I ain't getting the coronavirus, motherfucker.
I got to spray 4 spurts of swerve on that shit just to get some action. 2 if it's curve.
Yeah, it's hypnotic, that swerve. You got to spin it in the clockwise direction and then spray it on there.
I'm going to swerve you, girl. Swerve you into the bed.
You spray it on your dick, it makes it look like it's 9 inches long. That's the swerve. Would you buy a potion like that? Not the one that's just for dicks. It's just like a magical potion that whatever you wanted to. Fuck, it sounds kind of carny by saying if you wanted to swerve somebody,
Right. If you just wanted to, like pull the rug out from under them.
really trick the shit out of them to fucking you. But would you buy a elixir like that?
An elixir.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Granny
a
Gilbert's
snake
hair
oil.
elixir?
Yeah. I mean, would you buy a product like that like it doesn't change the actual size of
I
it?
think you know what I would do? I would just get a funhouse mirror
Yeah.
and like get a miniature one
Yeah.
and then just kind of have one like,
So you're
somehow
trying to
work
do the
mirror.
weird optical illusion thing.
Look at this, baby.
I'm talking about a spray. You don't have to sell your soul to the devil. It's just $40 a bottle, and you spray it on there, and it looks
It's like a hologram.
Yeah, like
like 18
Tupac
inches
at
long.
Coachella. It's out there singing California Love and shit.
I call this Dick Pock.
She's a big dick singing.
California.
He's doing the high parts because we all know at heart your dick is a tenor.
A soprano.
Soprano.
A tenor.
What did Mama sing? Mama sang
Daddy
bass.
sang bass.
Okay,
Mama
Daddy
sang
sang
tenor.
Mama
My little
sang.
brother going right in.
So yeah,
Daddy sang bass.
I think
Mama
everybody
sang
thinks
tenor.
with as small as that hole is, your dick's a soprano, right? It can hit those Mariah Carey.
I was gonna try to do that, but
Yeah.
then I'll strain my throat.
Yeah,
Ain't worth it.
yeah. I mean, you got a busy night at the truck stop. So, so we're taking a blood oath not to talk about that. I do want to.
And we just talked about
Yeah,
it
we
for
just
like
talked
5
about it,
minutes.
but I mean, we only mentioned it by name twice, and we kind of made it funny. I hope we did. If not, fuck you. With that said, 2 weeks ago now, by the time this comes out, we're recording this on a Thursday, so last week, but when this comes out 2 weeks ago, Josh, one of our friends made a startling revelation on Twitter.
Really?
Yes. One of our mutual friends and friends of BT's with Shooting the Shiznit, he does a show over there, made a startling revelation. And he said, and I'm not going to quote it directly because I don't have the tweet pulled up.
He found a third John Smith or Joseph Smith tablet.
Yes. Dum, 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 dum. No. One of our friends, Lance Levine, basically made the proclamation that he has never shit his pants.
I seen that.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think
First
you're
off, do you
missing out.
believe it?
No, I do not.
No.
Because everybody shits their pants when they're like 3-4 years old.
Now, maybe did he mean he hasn't shit his pants since he was an adult?
Probably.
Maybe that's what he meant.
I'm pretty
because
sure.
everybody has shit their pants, especially when you're like 4 or 5 and you're like, I'm going to play He-Man for a little while longer. I'm going to shit these pants. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm definitely going to shit these
cow-pattying this
pants. Yeah. Like, I'm going to play Mario. If I give up my seat now, this motherfucker's going to take over my game, and I'm not going to get it back until he kills all my lives. I'm going to start over. Fuck this. I'm shitting my pants. That's the way it goes.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, who amongst us did not shit their pants when they were a kid? I mean, all of us did. Now, as an adult,
I do it more now.
sometimes I do it just for the fun of it, just to fuck with my wife because she does the laundry. If I can get her to say, "Good God, I've won the day." No, I mean, but do you trust somebody that hasn't shit their pants as an adult?
I don't trust that they're
They
telling the
come off
truth.
as like
'Cause everybody's had a little squirt here or there.
Yeah.
You know.
And it comes off kind of like everybody's had the flu at some point and shit their pants with that.
Right. I don't know. I don't really get it like that with the flu. I'm always vomiting with the flu.
Oh, dude, I have shit my pants so many times with like flus and sicknesses.
You
and
shit
stuff.
your pants at like concerts.
True. I might not be the great medium for this.
I don't
this
think your
test.
input is worth anything.
Right. But I mean, you almost get the feeling that they're like they're the kid in high school that doesn't do the drugs with you.
I don't jack off.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never done that.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. I mean,
There's
no
that one
concept.
guy. There was always that one guy. I don't do that.
He was probably doing it in the bathroom at school.
Oh, it's in a
Those
garbage
guys.
can. Oh yeah. You weird fucker. No, don't you tell anybody. About that.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Why are you in the teacher's lounge? Someplace I can come.
Get it?
But like,
two things right there.
you almost get that 21 Jump Street, like, this guy's a narc. Like, I don't know what he'd be narking on, but you're like, this guy's a narc.
we got some guys in Tennessee shitting their pants like crazy.
Right.
You're going to need to investigate them.
Oh, man. But no, I mean, there wasn't nothing to that
Was he a
story.
shit narc?
Yeah.
Lance, you shit narc? We don't trust you.
We got to get Lance on this show sometime, man.
We do.
I did enjoy like doing the AEW shows with him, and go check out his show with BT. They do a couple of them, don't they? They did that B
What the
side
fuck
one.
news desk and chokehold.
Yeah,
podcast.
and they do the B side on Patreon. So throw a couple dollars BT's way and check out Patreon. And like I said, Lance is a good guy. We started off a little rocky with Lance because we didn't know how to take him. You know what I
It's
mean?
just because he's a Yankee.
Yeah. You were like, it wasn't that. It was just like, when you do these shows like this and people get to know you, your personality. And I've done it before where I was like, oh, this guy's funny. I'll mess with him. And you find out it's like, oh, he took it the wrong way. It's like, maybe that was part of it. Maybe when we first started, like, we didn't know him. So we were taking it like, and he probably listened to us on BT. He was like, well, these guys are probably, or either that or he's just a dick. But no, Lance is awesome.
One or the other.
We got to have him on sometime. He has like I said, he does a great job over there with BT. And the couple of times I think we've talked to him, just been real fun. So we got to get him on here sometime. But I'm not buying that shit.
I've
about
got
not
to
shitting
find
pants.
out how he is going through all the subway systems and all the
Yeah.
streets of Chicago and not been raped or shot.
Right.
I have to know that.
Raped or shot. I was going with the shit pants story.
How did you not shit your pants too?
I'm gonna tell you this: if somebody fires a gun off near my head or kills my friend, someone shot you, I'd shit my pants.
Indeed.
I mean, that was that one night you killed yourself on shots, but it wasn't really a death. I just ripped a pair of pants.
I did not shit my pants that
You
night.
didn't shit
I
your
vomited
pants.
it all out.
I really thought you pissed yourself.
I may have had.
I ain't gonna lie to you because there was one time I picked you up and it was wet.
Really?
Yeah, so you basically
Was
I
I?
have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it.
you basically R. Kelly'd me.
Do you think that I was like in trouble? You know, like
Dude, I could have swore you were in trouble that night.
you know what I mean?
I told you this. Like, I thought, like I'm sitting there, the only one worried, and your mom and my wife
He
are
does
like,
this all the
he's
time."
fine. And I'm like, he's snoring on the front lawn. He's my best friend. It's 32 degrees out here. I don't want him to die. And I probably,
My mom, leave his ass out there.
No, we gotta save him. Like I was like I'll be honest, I wasn't really in great shape myself. I wasn't like
You were a drunkard trying to help another drunkard.
I was the blind leading Helen Keller.
Come on in here. She can't hear you. You don't even need to say that.
No, just don't even use hand signals. I don't know what the fuck you do. She reacts to fire.
There we go again. We always take it to the dark side, don't we?
Take your dick out. She won't know.
God damn. Hey, I thought
You can Louis C.K. the shit out of her.
I thought
She'll
we
never
were.
know.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say stole a boat, huh?
Oh, Jesus.
We're going to save
One
that
day,
huh?
one day soon we'll talk
I
about
think
that.
the podcast will explode when you tell that story.
I don't know. Well, Josh, great segue. We're talking about gunshots and explosions. So I got a story for you, Josh.
You done popped a cap at somebody.
Yeah, I shot the shit out of somebody. No. Well, I mean, Tuesday means Tuesday,
Shoot a motherfucker, yeah.
and
Point
$20
blank.
is $20. No.
He was set tripping out on the corner.
Yeah.
You know, you don't come to my neighborhood doing that.
We should have come back to Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood are always hard. Talking that trash and put your car. Anyways, should have done that.
Don't quote me, boy. I ain't said shit.
I like the Dynamite Hack version of that. Because the boys in the hood are always hard. All right, so talking about things popping off. Here's a question, Josh. So yesterday, my wife is making some tuna salad. And I know that sounds like a euphemism, but it's not. So we're making some tuna salad, right?
You're gonna put the mayo where,
Yeah, put the mayo in the tuna.
Let me put that pickle
I don't know why I
in.
went Brooklyn there.
Do I put the pickle in first? Or
Right.
do I put the mayo in first, huh?
Do you like celery? No. Yes.
Oh, no.
Grapes.
We
What are
don't-
those? Anal beans?
Dude, you got me wanting to make tuna salad now with
So
some fucking grapes.
I don't like
and-
grapes. I don't like grapes in my
Dude.
chicken salad.
My God, it's amazing. Anyways,
I
go
don't
ahead.
like
Tell
it.
the folks.
Anyways, so she's
I'm
making.
trying to bang her with tuna, a tuna can.
She's
right?
making tuna salad. I'm trying to fuck her in the kitchen. You know, this is typical Tuesday
Get
night.
that can out of there. It ain't
So-
our anniversary.
So I wish I would have had this on video. So she, I do have a few
tried. I mean,
videos.
she's never been drunk enough.
Come on, baby, let me film it. It looks bigger right now.
It's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna show anybody. She know it's going up on my Pornhub account.
Right.
No.
I'm gonna get 1 million hits one way or another.
Yeah. Big titted wife takes it over a tuna can.
Oh,
Dude,
at
that
least
is-
1 million hits.
Dude, like I said, we are digressing like a motherfucker right now, but that is the best ones, are the ones that have the names that are like, what the fuck does that mean?
Right.
Big titted chick gets,
I'll show you
gets
what to
nailed
do.
over a trash can with tuna fish. It's like, what? Wait.
Watch Big Dick Daddy show Mama what to do with the broom.
That sounds like a typical Tuesday for
Huh?
you when you were a kid.
Show Mama what to do with the broom.
Here's what you do with it. You take your dig out and you throw the broom down.
Now take one of them bristles out and put it up in my front. That might hurt.
Are you saying your dad was a bristle in the pee hole type guy?
God, I hope not. He'd get a whole broom up there, motherfucker.
Keep going, Fred. I don't feel nothing.
Put another one in there. I don't feel shit.
Get some duct tape and attach them.
We're going to have to buy another broom and pull out all these bristles.
Fuck it. Get a corn cob stalk.
Get 2 of them, hell.
Oh, man. We always go back to dicks. Anyways, so we're sitting there and she cooks the eggs, you know, because we do eggs and tuna fish and stuff.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. Some people don't, but we do. That's
It's-
just the way we roll.
It's better that way.
It's better that way. If you don't do that, fuck you. Anyways, she cooks the eggs and she cools them down and she starts peeling them. And the first one she peels, she opens it up and the middle's a little soft, like not completely done. That's what she said. That's what I
Damn.
said. So my idea, why don't you put them in the microwave for a minute and let them cook all the way?
So your white was already
Yeah,
settled.
the white's done.
The middle was the
The
problem.
middle, and it wasn't like
Now,
completely.
You understand? You put that in the microwave with that white already set. You're gonna microwave that and cook it more.
Yeah, but you'll cook the inside more. But we're talking about now.
So what the white part tastes like rubber? Fuck it. I got the good shit in the middle.
I feel like this is you explaining syphilis to your partner. So what the white shit tastes like rubber.
I didn't get it in your eye.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. Just swallow it down, baby.
I know it burns. Hell, we went to the hospital. Is that burnt too? You didn't complain about that.
Why does Josh's girlfriend sound like Macho Man?
Oh yeah, come in here.
I think Josh has got the syphilis. My throat burns from taking all the semen shots. Ooh, thinking. Oh, yeah. Cup of coffee. I need a cup of coffee. Maybe some honey and tea.
I need some lozenges.
How do you say that?
Lodges.
Lodgens.
Lodgens. That's a weird
Lodgens?
word.
Lodgens?
Lodgens.
I'm not even sure how it's pronounced now.
Now I'm confused.
I don't give a shit.
Anyways.
I need some cough drop.
So the way you're responding right now is like you don't know what I know, what I didn't know yesterday, and what I know now. I want you to look away, Josh. Look away from the computer.
We've been doing this
screen.
a lot here lately.
Yeah, I pull my dick out when I say that, but just look away for a second, and I'm going to play a video right now. Just don't look yet.
You really need to
don't
clean
look.
up
Don't
under
look
that
yet.
end
Don't
table
look
over
yet.
there.
Don't look yet. Don't look yet. Don't look yet. Don't look yet.
I'm not.
Don't look yet. 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 I want the video description to go. Okay, now I want you to watch this.
Chicken egg that's still in the shell.
This
A
video.
chicken egg has about 4 different layers. The yolk is in the center. The albumin surrounds the yolk.
That's the
A
albumin.
functional membrane surrounds the albumin, and then finally the hard shell is on the outside. Overall,
albumin.
the egg contains all kinds of proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. However, most of it is water. 75% of the egg is water. And most of that water is in the albumin, which is 90% water.
Oh, really?
The rest of the water is in the yolk, which is about 50% water.
Some good ass water.
The shell is hard and rigid and made almost entirely of calcium carbonate. That's a mineral that makes up seashells and coral reefs.
I sell those sometimes by the
shell
seashore.
is semi-permeable,
Really?
Yes.
which means some molecules
Don't make
can
a lot of
pass
money.
through it. So we
Did
might
you ever
see
have
some
any
water coming out of the eggshell once we
citrus
start
flavored
to heat it up.
syphilis
Now,
saturated
microwaves are a
semen?
region of the electromagnetic spectrum.
That one time, but I went to a doctor and got some
Frequency
penicillin.
range between 300
That's the
cure,
megahertz
so.
and 300 gigahertz.
So this guy is
Molecules
microwaving
can
an
interact with
egg.
These kind of waves.
Do you have any
Different
idea what happens when
frequencies
you
of the
microwave an egg,
electromagnetic
Josh?
Spectrum can cause the molecules to move.
This guy's showing you.
Water
He's showing you like a
molecules love
motherfucker.
microwaves.
Did you and your
While
wife
many other
do
molecules
all
don't
these
even
graphs
notice
and shit?
microwaves,
Yeah, I mean, it
water
took a
molecules
long
dance
time to
around
make
like
this tuna
crazy
salad.
When they're hit with microwaves, and all that motion produces heat. Since 75% of the egg is water, the inside of the egg is going to get pretty hot. As the water heats up, it's probably going to start changing from a liquid to a gas, and the temperature of the gas inside the egg will continue to increase.
Oh no.
According to Gay-Lussac's law, if the
Who's
volume of
Gay-Lussac?
the gas remains constant, the pressure of the gas will increase if the temperature of the gas
Other than your
increases.
nickname in high
Since
school.
the shell is rigid, the volume won't be able to increase. And so as the temperature increases, the pressure is going to increase. The pressure should eventually increase beyond what the shell is able to withstand, and then the egg will explode.
Did you know that shit happens?
I think you do now.
Because we didn't.
I think it was. Why didn't you just throw some more in there and boil them again?
So we ended up doing that because all the eggs exploded.
God damn.
So 4 eggs in a bowl, and my wife puts them in there, and one of them's peeled because she was like, "Oh, I'll just leave this one unpeeled." The other one
So
had shells
I
on 'em.
assume that one's gas is released.
4 shelled eggs. And I looked at her because she was actually, you know, that little plate that is in most microwaves that spins, and it gets dirty as a motherfucker after like 2 days. And you're like, maybe I should put a plate down when I'm on a microwave. For some reason,
somebody will clean it.
Well, for some reason, she was wanting to clean that, so that was out of there. So when I walked in, I'm like, "Is that bowl melting?" Because it was angled and it wasn't spinning. So I was like, "Our glass bowl is melting. This is fucked up." And she knew in her head, she's like, "No, it ain't melting. There's no melt here. You know, it's just
glass.
It's just glass. It's just bent over because it doesn't have the glass rotating disc in there." And I go, "Oh, okay." She opens the door of the microwave, and it goes, "Oh!" like as loud as you would think a gunshot would be.
Damn.
And it felt like forever. It was like, when it went off, it was like in my head, it was like that song, "All around me are familiar faces." worn out place, you know. And I'm like in shock because I'm like, there is egg flying all over this house. The bowl flips like a coin, like does like 4 or 5 rotations, hits the end of the microwave and falls out of the microwave and hits the ground. I'm like, it's gonna break. So in my head, this is all going in slow motion, and it felt like the bowl hit the ground, right? And I'm just sitting there, and it's like the microwave door that's got the glass on it looked like a mafia movie. Like, you know, when somebody gets shot and you see the brain matter and everything hit the door, and just that was egg all over the microwave door. And just about that time, I'm about to come to terms with this because everything was moving in slow motion. My wife goes, "Shut up!" Like, it felt delayed. I mean, in real life, it was probably boom shit.
Right. But it was in such slow motion.
But in such slow motion of this egg exploding and I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of sad. Like in that mad world, like eclipse of life that I was in, it felt like a year had gone by. So when she yelled shit, it snapped me out of it and I almost shit my pants. It scared the shit out of me.
I was going to ask. And did it turn you almost heel on her?
Like, why you do that?
Yeah, it's like, why is it that the thing is like something pops, somebody has a natural reaction to it, and you're like, well, you didn't have to fucking react like that.
Scared the hell out of me. Worse than that damn pop.
I actually said that.
You were around my dad too much then.
But I laughed. I did ask her if she wanted to wrestle on the front lawn. So I could show what a real man was. Now that I think about it, he would have had a tag team advantage, just like when you're thumb wrestling with somebody,
right?
And they pull that finger up, that index finger up, and pull your thumb down.
Finger.
Yeah, he's got the natural index finger. It would have been a 2-on-1 handicap match. That's why he had so much confidence. Even though I had age, size, and weight on him, he was like, "No, I got this. It's a 2-on-1.
I'll wrap this around your ankle, whip you down on the ground, hold you, and I'll do as I want to with you. Old Joshua had to come get me off of you."
Oh, man. I mean, imagine hearing that sentence and being like hearing the trunk slam.
This is going to be fun. Get my light. I won't be able to see. Go get the flashlight.
So I'm going to show you what it did, Josh, because I feel like you still think I might be bullshitting.
So let's see what happens.
Does he do 4 of them?
No, he's just going to do 1.
Well, he's a pussy.
And he's got a Sunbeam microwave. He put it on 5 minutes. Oh, he's doing time-elapse. We only did 2 minutes, by the way. That egg's sweating like a whore in church. Look at that.
Like Brian McKnight.
Did you see that?
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Looks like some splooge coming out of there.
But you see what it did.
That was a bigger explosion than I expected.
So you had 4 of them,
Pressure
huh?
became
4
too
of
much
them.
for the egg,
I bet
and
you
it
make her clean it
exploded.
up.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
Thanks for watching.
I think I said that's the woman's place and handed her a broom.
Now, I slapped you down there with that egg because you scared the shit out of me.
So if you didn't know that's what eggs would do in the microwave, well, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Also something that's half the battle, Josh, is life. Life is half the battle. And what better way to get through life than being toasted? And I don't mean somebody saying nice things about you. I mean just flat out drunk. And what better way to do that than being flat out drunk on wine? And Josh, if they want to be flat out drunk on wine, do we have a hookup for them? I feel like we do.
We got the hookup. Na. And that hookup is tinyurl.com/P3wine.
Now, where's that going to take them?
That's going to take them to Wine of the Month Club. And it is a literal Netflix for the winos, baby.
Now,
they got different price points,
Yeah.
different price packaging.
Now, say I wanted to get 2 quality bottles of wine for a great price every month. Can I do that here?
You can't do that here.
Oh, okay.
You can do that at tinyurl.com/P3wine.
Yes. And say I wanted to get 3 bottles of wine for a great price. Could I do that?
Indeed, you can.
What about black tar heroin?
You can't get that from the Wine of the Month
shit.
Club. That's on the Silk Road, on the dark web. The dark web.
Fuck. Well, we don't
Tor
have a
browser.
connection with them, so you're going to have to get fucked up the old-fashioned way, the way Jesus did it, on wine. Sometimes I surprise myself when I say this shit. But anyways, go to our sponsors, tinyurl.com/P3wine, the Wine of the Month Club. And they're going to give you all the essentials to get you messed up the way you should, and that's with wine. tinyurl.com/p3wine. Got an anniversary coming up. St. Patrick's Day's coming up really soon. It might actually be before this is released. Hold on. 30 days have September. April. I don't know. I think it's after this. So next week is St. Patrick's Day. Celebrate it with wine, right, Josh?
Well, you can celebrate it with wine or whiskey or however you want to get frisky, baby. But I indeed want to guarantee your ass should go to tinyurl.com/p3wine. Get your old lady some wine. She'll let you do it in the butt, and you will fucking thank us.
The birthday hole, as we call it. Once again, tinyurl.com/p3wine, the Wine of the Month Club, the original wine club since 1972. This one coming to you from Chicago for our shout out for our friend Lance. This is Look Away by Chicago. Were they from Chicago?
Louisiana.
Found someone else. I guess I won't be coming round. I guess it's over, baby. It's really
I feel like this video features a B-level James Vanderbeek.
I was going to say, I didn't know James Vanderbeek was that old back then.
And what looks like, what's her name, Jennifer Garner? It's like a poor man's James Vanderbeek and Jennifer Gardner.
Jennifer Gardner.
Is it Gardner or Gardner?
Garner.
Oh. My fault.
Gardner.
Gardner.
I wonder if she's banged a Gardner.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, maybe.
No, she's a sweetheart, I think.
She's married to Justin Timberlake, ain't she?
That's the Jessica Biel.
Ah.
That chick looks like Wendy Richter. I'd totally
little
bang
bit.
her.
That was Jake Roberts' stepsister?
No, sir.
Sister?
Rockin' Robin was
Rockin'
his
Robin. Yeah,
half-sister.
It's got a little Chicago here with Look Away, but Josh, sometimes rock stars don't age that well. Sometimes they don't age like P3 wine in the Wine of the Month Club. Sometimes they age like they've been drinking nothing but wine. Like, fuck water. All I need is bourbon.
Yeah, it's got water in it.
Yeah. They had to use water to make it, am I right? It come from corn. It's whiskey.
You know.
This is moonshine.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Can't stop my
So a couple of weeks ago, you pointed out that Vince Neil was doing this song. It was live, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it was
Kickstart
My Heart.
But it was like
Kiss my house.
it's like he forgot all the words, but he remembered like
right
the music.
I feel like I'd have a good enough time. It was like drunk karaoke. Let's be honest. I mean,
and now looking back, I think it was drunk karaoke.
So if you're not in the loop on this, Vince Neil from Motley Crue
is having a hell of a time with life.
Yeah, I mean, not so much Twinkie consumption, it looks like. And I can say that because I'm a fat ass. But it feels like this man, like his last job, they were like, hey, can we pay you in fried pies? He was
We'll
like,
give you
hell
whiskey.
yeah. Yeah, I'll take fried pies.
And we'll give you whiskey on Friday.
Yeah.
Where do I fucking sign?
You mean you're going to pay me in fried pies and whiskey?
That's the dream job, baby.
I feel like that was that's all he's been doing for the past like 9 years is just fried pies and whiskey, which sounds like a kick-ass country song. Let's be honest. You got
Fried pies and
up
whiskey.
next on the top of the country charts for a country countdown. We got Fried Pies and Whiskey by Josh and Richard. You know, you can actually hear that. You know, and then it's like some kind of weird song about fried pies and whiskey. It don't have to be very deep with today's country.
We'd work in shitting our pants on fried
Yeah.
pies and whiskey somehow.
I had so much fried pies and whiskey, I shit my pants.
Rodney Carrington would do a promo and shit.
Well, you've inspired me, sir. I will write a fried pies and whiskey song.
Well, you
And
definitely
we'll
got to.
play it in another 2 or 3 weeks. We'll forget all about this in 2 or 3 weeks. Don't look forward to it, fans, if you're listening to this show. Unless you want to remind us, send us an email at p3radio1@gmail.com to remind us to do this. And when we check that email, we'll go, shit, that guy sent that email 6 weeks ago. We got to be better.
Did you take a truth serum before the show? You know what? I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to tell everything what I think. Fuck everybody else.
We plug the phone number every week, and then 6 weeks ago, there's a confused old woman on our voicemail going, huh? Who's this?
Talking to her dog. I don't think this is it.
Did we play that on the show?
I don't think we did.
Oh, God, we got to play that before we go. It's just a confused old woman that I think somebody spoofed our number, some telemarketer,
Yeah.
and she called them back, and it's like, she gets the voicemail, this is P3 Radio, leave a message. And I'm sure she was confused, so it's like there's like a 2-second pause. She's like, huh? Who's this? And then you can hear like an angry daughter or gold digger, mother, wife-in-law, whatever she is. You can hear in the background going, hang up the phone. We'll play that here in just a minute, but let's get to another old person rambling incoherently, Josh.
Fried pies and whiskey, baby.
We're going with Vince Neil's Motley Crue. Vince Neil from Motley Crue. He did a thing called Cameo, which is something I still want to do.
What do you mean as far as...
I want to get some cameos
people
done for our show, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've thought about it, actually, like paying somebody to just have a segment, but use the same person, pay the same fee, but we would feed them what to fucking say or whatever, That'd be interesting.
Maybe do our P3 wine ads.
I don't know. I don't give a shit.
Or just have them do like, hi, this is Moby. You're listening to P3 Radio.
He's not on Cameo, that motherfucker.
God, I wish he was. If
why
he was,
is he so distant with the public? Probably because people like us.
Maybe. But anyways, he's on this thing called Cameo, and Cameo is a website where you can pay a celebrity money, and they will give your buddy or your friend or your wife, husband, whatever, they'll give them that, hey, buddy, champ, old pal, happy birthday, you old fart. This is Vince Neil, or this is Carrot Top or whoever it is. They'll give you that.
I didn't know Cameo had a free version.
I like Carrot Top. Oh, Jesus. But anyways, like they'll do that, and that Ozzy Osbourne picture is really fucking me up. Anyways,
why did he have short hair?
That's what I was sitting there wondering. I was like, who's that mental patient? But anyways, it's like Motley Crue's doing this thing, and not Motley Crue, damn it. Vince Neil is doing this thing where he's trying to make a little extra coin, and he wants to say, happy birthday to this person because they're paying him to do it. But Josh, I feel like he might have been to P3 Wine before he went here.
I think he phoned it in.
I do too. Let's listen to it and see what it all sounds like here. Roll that beautiful bean footage, Josh, and let's see what Vince Neil had to say to the birthday boy.
Hey, Decker, this is Vince Neil. Hey, I want to say happy birthday, brother.
Okay, right now he looks like one of the guys from that Chicago Bulls Saturday Night Live skit. And he looks like everybody's fat drunk uncle. And apparently he's doing this from inside the St. Louis Arch, it looks like.
He is like 1,000 feet up in the fucking air.
I'm taking a break from my St. Louis Arch trip to tell you happy birthday, brother.
No, I paid to get up the son of a bitch. I got to pay to get back down. I need to make some quick bucks. What's up, Decker, man?
It's like, yeah, he got up there, and they were like, sir, it's $25. And he's like, fuck, I don't have $25. Let me do this Cameo real quick.
Do you guys take PayPal?
All right, let's hear what else he said here.
This is actually from Christian, Mom, Ethan, and Blake. So keep on rocking. Shout.
He started laughing. He's like, God damn, I put a B on Mom.
Bomb.
Mom.
Mom.
God damn.
It would have been so much hilarity to this if he would have went, did y'all know drugs are expensive? $250 right into my drug dealer's pocket. Anyways, happy birthday, man. God, he doesn't even look like Vince
I didn't
Neil.
know they served beer at the Arch.
He looks kind of like if Chris Jericho and Hank Williams had a baby.
Right. They jerked off in the same cup.
Right.
And then artificially
And both of
inseminated
them
a woman.
somehow both impregnated the same egg. Yeah. And this is what. And here's the thing: it's like, however you're picturing that, that's exactly how this guy looks.
He's wearing some weird hat too,
with like police shades, like 1970s. What was that? Chips? Yeah.
Patrol.
1970s chip shades. And what's that thing say on his hat? It's NFR?
NFR.
What does NFR mean?
I have no fucking idea. That's what I'm talking about, the weird hat. Like something he got from the feed store, like feeding his fucking animals.
They gave me this hat on this free tour. Hey, man, they're going to kill me up here.
Did you know if you buy enough horse feed from the co-op, you get one of these hats? I'll just wear it.
He's doing the cameo. Hey, do you know if you don't pay your bookie for 2 years, they find you at the St. Louis Arch? Anyways, I need $250 quick, so happy birthday, Jimmy. Here we go.
The devil and do some feel good stuff at 4.
Hold on, we got to hear that part again.
rewind
Listen
it
to
just
this.
a tad.
Yeah, here we go.
And do some feel good stuff at 4 in big old 4-0, you man.
And just feel good stuff. Pick a 4-0, man. You 4-0. All right, only 3 seconds left. Let's end on a high note.
All right, see you later.
That was the high note. See you later. Like he's going to come across
Like
whoever
him at a crowd. Hey, Decker! What's up, bro? In the front row, Decker!
Can you imagine being on the street and this guy coming up to you going, "Hey, man, what's up? You remember when I robbed you of $250? I was drunk." That's basically what he just did to whoever this was.
Oh my
man.
God.
I don't know, man. This is the downfall of doing, and he held it together. Like, listen to this. Like,
Decker, man.
listen. He holds it together until the end. Like, you would have never known Vince Neil was drunk here until the last 10 seconds. No, I mean, some people have that accent. Like, even there's there's some people that have an accent where they put B's at the end, and he could have had that accent. So he's holding it together pretty good. Listen.
Hey, Decker, this is Vince Neil. Hey, I want to say happy.
On second thought, maybe not.
Hey,
when you peter out on your own name.
That's Vince Neil.
Here we go.
Birthday, brother. This is actually from Christian, Mom, Ethan, and Blake. So
Christian Wom.
And he starts laughing like,
Ethan and
fuck.
Blake. Yeah.
I'm murdering the shit
I'm
out
so
of it.
fucked up.
keep on rocking, shout the devil, and do some feel good stuff at 4 in big old 4-0, you man. All right, see you later.
He petered out so much at the end.
He said, like right before he said, do some feel good stuff, he paused. Do some feel good stuff. He probably
Yeah.
Do you lying, man? Get your big old joint smoking. It'll be great.
He did the thing. You know that newscaster that was on the newscaster that accidentally said fucking shit. Like he was trying to pronounce a thing and he thought his mic went off and he was like fucking shit.
I thought you were talking about that guy that had the dogs and he was doing the little around the circle thing with them. Come on, you little shit.
No. This guy was like fucking shit. Like he couldn't get the names right. And then, he's so fucked up, because he has a producer in his ear going, "You just said fucking shit on live air." So he's like, they're like, "Can you tell us about yourself?" And he's like, "So I'm from the East Coast." And he stutters on it. He's like, "I'm from the East Coast." That's kind of what Vince Neil did here. He was like, "Yeah, do some 40 your birthday, man.
He's big 40
thing." Anyways. You would like to think if you're paying this much money for a guy to do a cameo that he's at least written some shit out. And you could tell this was off the cuff because he didn't have an ending.
I'll see you later.
This is like if Steamboat and Savage had that WrestleMania 3 match, and towards the end they didn't have a finish, and they just looked at each other and shit their pants.
Double count out,
brother. So I'm gonna shit my pants right now. Oh yeah, George the Animal Steele's outside. It wasn't George. Was it George the Animal? George,
yeah,
he
came
George
out
Steele.
and tried to fuck with Elizabeth.
Yeah, he's out there and he'll eat the turnbuckle and then I'm gonna shit my pants. Yeah, take it to the back. You're wearing white. I would suggest you maybe just piss your pants.
It smells like asparagus, Ricky. You need to go to the urologist. Yeah,
I think you might have type 1 here. Yeah, you might want to add no sugar to your coffee. Yeah. Is there anything better than doing Macho Man?
Use some sweet and low. Yeah. Splenda.
Maybe look into Splenda. Yeah, maybe natural sweeteners. Yeah.
Sucrose. Yeah. All of that.
Maybe use a little bit of honey here. I blame myself. That was one of the greatest interviews when Elizabeth got slapped. It was like you tried to turn it up to hear what he was like. I'm gonna see. I blame myself. And you're like, turn it down, Richard Lee. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hear what Randy Savage is saying.
I don't care what Randy Savage is saying.
So we're going to go a little bit over Josh today, but I want to go over because there's another story I want to show you. Did you know, and I want you to look away for a second because I don't want you to see this.
Oh, me.
All right. I'm going to read you a story here. Don't look.
The good stuff. The
All
good
right.
stuff, yes.
So you have kids, right?
Yes.
This hasn't been a big acid dream on my part. Those are children you have at
You
your
really
house.
have kids, right?
Were they a part of the Imagination Library that we get here in Tennessee?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, so apparently they missed out. So the Imagination Library was part of Dolly Parton's thing where any kid born in Tennessee gets free books until they turn 5.
Oh.
On their 5th birthday, those books stop. But from the time they're born until they're 5, they get free books sent to them every month. It's like 1 book a month. So 12 books. It's a really cool program. Everybody in Tennessee loves Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is turning 74 recently, just turned 74. But she has a goal, Josh. And what do you think her 75th goal is to be?
Get a hover round.
No. The headline for this is, for her 75th birthday, Dolly Parton wants to be on the cover of Playboy.
Oh, well.
At 75, are you shelling out the $20 to see those Hooters? Because those Hooters aren't 75. We all know that. They're like 35.
Right. Them Hooters are a little bit older than us, Richard.
Do you want to see the video or do you want me to read the story?
You do as you want.
Okay, I'm going to play the video.
Because I'm sitting here debating. I'm like, well.
Whether you want to see them or not?
I do want to see them.
Well, I was going to say, we all know that. So if it was a debate on whether you wanted to see them or not, it's like that debate should have ended 5 seconds ago. But apparently she was on the cover at one time or another, at another time. Like she was on the cover of Playboy. I think she was in We'll have to look this up too. But apparently she said she wanted to be on the cover of Playboy when she turned 75. So
Dolly Parton has a special way
She gonna have
she
them
wants to
titties out?
celebrate her 75th birthday.
I mean, that sounds horrible, but like you said, them titties
I
are
don't
young.
plan to retire. I just turned 74.
and I mean, to be honest, she still looks pretty good for 74. What'd you do what your grandpa probably wanted to do? Saying this might be the first time you go gilf.
Well, I mean, I'd have to. I mean, it's Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
She gave my kids books for crying out loud.
I mean, I gotta give something back. I feel like I'm giving back, Dolly.
Yeah.
And I plan to be on the cover of Playboy magazine again. See, I did Playboy magazine years ago.
So now we got to look for these pictures. What year would you say that? That looks like the 70s, right?
It is. Probably so.
I thought it'd be such a hoot if they'll go for it. I don't know if they will. If I could be on the cover.
1978. That was when she was on the... My mom wasn't even graduated high school.
Again, when I'm 75.
Are you going to whip out that same outfit with
Maybe.
the bunny ears?
I could probably use it. Boobs are still the same.
Why does she sound a little bit like Vince Neil there? Might probably use it. I want to show my titties. Y'all want a book?
Decker man, serious somebody, bro.
There's four things I know: country music, Dollywood, books, and titties. You about to see all of them. Come to Gatlinburg.
Come to Dollywood.
Yeah, that is a fun ass place, but.
Keeps it real as only Dolly can, right? So she was asked this on 60 Minutes Australia if she's considered retiring. Well, that's when she talked about recreating her October 1978 cover Playboy magazine. Dolly was promoting her A&E documentary about her life and career, and that will be airing this Thursday. She was 32 years old when she posed for the cover with that gorgeous...
So, I don't think she was in it, do you?
I don't think she showed the rack.
But would you, even now, would you look?
Definitely.
You think you would look now?
I know I would.
Like,
I mean,
would it take some of the mystique off? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because
even ever since we were kids and didn't know, like, boobs were sexual, we still wanted to see those things.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, they were comically big. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you put the dodgeballs up under your shirt.
Yeah, and you sang "Working 9 to 5."
Yeah,
and
all that.
And you did it for your dad's friends, and you got a big laugh and got some quarters out of the deal. Do it again, Joshua.
When I started growing a beard, they started throwing beer cans at me.
I ain't believing those titties are real.
Go shave.
So yeah, it looks like she only did the cover
and the inside with the same little suit.
Let me turn the safe search off. Maybe. No, it is off, isn't it? Is that all?
Safe search always stayed off at your house. That's what I thought.
Maybe we should just.
I think we're pondering on
Google
this.
search. You think there would be what the fuck is that?
It's like a Volvo.
You think they would be like that? Don't even look like her. If that's her, man, dude, that's an old. That is her. That's an old picture. She was probably what 22 there.
I have no idea.
Fucking smoking, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly Parton was hot back in the day.
Super duper.
Look at that.
You realize we're still recording, right? What the fuck, man?
You gonna ruin your marriage? That definitely ain't her. All gaped like that. Anyways, so you're checking it out. You're buying it.
I'm not gonna go to Books A Million and get the fucking.
Well, no, I mean nobody goes to Books A Million anymore. They just order it online like a normal person. Why make everyone know that you're a pervert when you could just order it online and nobody but your mailman would know?
I'll tell you this though, they still got all those magazines, the adult magazines at Books A Million.
Really?
Still. So somebody's buying them, buddy. Somebody is going up to that little fucking Starbucks drinking teeny bopper with the purple hair, saying, "Did you find everything okay?"
Yeah.
And then you slap that hustler down on the fucking counter.
So
I see you did.
Yeah.
Can somebody come ring him up?
Full disclosure.
I'm not old enough to ring you up yet.
Full disclosure. I was out of town recently and I was coming back through our exit with the adult store and I was like, I'm just gonna stop in.
Miranda's?
Yeah. And I saw I didn't buy anything. I just stopped off.
Can I try this penis pump before I buy it? Just so I know it works. You know, the Goodwill will let you plug shit in and try it, right?
And why not? You know. What about this anal bead?
Can I try it first?
Yeah.
What does it taste like? Is it flavored?
Don't give me the one that everybody else has tried on, you motherfucker.
I don't want the demo.
But I was laughing at how comfortable the woman in there was talking to the people buying shit. Like, because there was couples in there and there was people in there. And I'm laughing at all the new products that I didn't even know existed. Like, what in the hell is that for?
When they start sticking spikes up their ass.
That's got a hell of a hook on it. I don't even know where that would go. I'd do some damage to your prostate. I don't care what they say. So I'm in there and then I see they have this Jimi Hendrix, replica porn, like a knockoff Jimmy is in it, but it's like Jimmy. I was like, what is Jimmy? Does he play the dick left-handed? What is the and the woman up front who heard me make the joke actually laughed. I'm like, this woman's heard everything.
Right.
Like she's heard every snicker, every bachelorette party, and I just made this woman laugh. I'm a funny motherfucker. That's like when you but I heard her. She was like way too comfortable talking to couples. It's like. she'd look at it. She's like, this takes 2 AAA batteries. Now, do you need AAA batteries? You definitely going to want to use some lube on that. It's like,
wow.
Yeah, she's totally comfortable in her job. She's like, I know where you're going to put this. You're going to want some lube. Anyways, I was just thinking, man, yeah, Dolly Parton would go over. Like, say somebody found an old, like, Polaroid of Dolly Parton. You're looking.
Oh, definitely.
You're looking.
I was just sitting here
So
pondering.
if somebody found an old Snapchat of Dolly Parton from last year, you're like, 73, those titties hold up.
Do you think we missed the boat, like, on career path?
do you
Because
mean?
you figure with the way that our attitudes are and
Yeah.
stuff, we would have, like, a porn store empire or something.
Yeah. We
Like-
probably still could do that when we get a little bit older.
Yeah.
You want to go halvesies on Miranda's?
We can make it better.
Yeah.
We can get the jerk booths back.
Dude, you know what the craziest thing about that adult store is? Right next door is this trucker.
CDS trucker hotel. Hey, they know about product placement.
Yeah, it's
buddy.
like, yeah, I mean,
That's
that
the
is
key.
that is the
Product
best product placement since putting a concession stand in an arena. You got a seedy hotel that charges by the hour next to, and dude, when you walk
on
out,
the interstate. No,
dude, we ought to go and just do an interview with the woman that works there.
Oh my
sometime.
God.
But okay, farted.
I heard.
We ought to go do it because she is so comfortable in her job. I wonder if there's anything that makes her blush. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Imagine if you cram a ram bone up in there hard enough, she'd blush a little bit. No, I'm getting flush, baby. That means I'm about to die. I've got internal bleeding.
yeah. So, like, as I'm walking out, I notice on the bulletin board they got all these like personal ads.
Really?
Yeah. It's like
a damn post-it board.
Yeah, like a bulletin board, like lost dog, and also who wants to suck on this? Meet me at the hotel on March 23rd.
They got a goddamn Dumb and Dumber,
Yeah.
fucking the damn bathroom stall thing
Yeah,
going on.
except they just cooperate with the hotel behind them, or no, it's not a hotel, the motel behind them, the Motor Lodge. But anyways, I'm looking at Dolly Parton. Yeah, it's something about even the old classics like Debbie Does Dallas and stuff like that. They don't hold up anymore, but it's still like you look back at it and you're like, there's stuff on Cinemax that was worse than this. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't know, man. Like that kind of stuff, you know, they showed the insertion and whatnot.
Yeah,
so-
but
it was all
but
shitty
did
camera
they?
work.
It was shitty camera work, and everybody had the bush the size of like, the Grand Canyon.
You'd always have that one rebel that had the
Yeah.
shaved one.
Yeah.
But she was usually the lesbo or whatever.
But it's like you can't really see anything. You see there is insertion, but it's just a forest there. You can't see the forest for the trees.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Anyways, like I said, we're going long today. Josh, I sent you this video. We got to talk about this. It was a news article that I stumbled upon. It was about a woman that got struck by lightning, and it was a sad tale, right?
You would think. I mean, did the broad live? Or?
Yeah, she lived. Well, here, they'll explain it.
A Boise, Idaho woman is considered a medical miracle. Laura Esterman was struck by lightning nearly a month ago, and she was considered officially dead. Thankfully, CPR from her mom revived her heart, but she laid in a coma for 2 weeks, and then she defied all odds and woke up.
Okay, so pretty tragic story from here, right? She got hit by lightning and was in a coma.
She's having to learn to walk again.
Yeah.
And all the
So they do an interview with her. And the video. Okay, here's the video. You won't be able to see it, but trust me, you don't have to see it. You just have to hear it.
I should buy
One more time. Oh, just so you have the
lightning strike victim.
Defied all odds
here we
and
go.
woke up.
I should buy
Well, obviously, there was a problem with that tape. She doesn't really sound like that. She doesn't remember the accident, but the evidence is clear. I am so sorry. Laura's learning to walk again after the lightning burned her legs. And we'll have more on that story and hopefully get that tape fixed for you.
I love how they're like telling this tragic story. If the lightning really fucked up her legs, she's learning to walk again, and they're laughing the whole fucking thing. She went on Max Headroom on them. Well, she doesn't really sound like that.
Dude looked like he had just farted on air.
Oh, Jesus. Well, Josh, I said we were going to go long because I got one Grand Slam left story to tell you. And, you know, last week I told you there's something dead under my house. And we didn't know what it was. And I almost forgot to tell the story. That's where we're going long. And you mocked me a little bit.
I just mocked you because you said, I can't go under there.
Well, I'm slightly claustrophobic, and I don't fit in those areas.
What the fuck ever? You can crawl under there if you had to.
If I had to.
But you
like
stuff somebody's ass under there.
Yeah.
Or try.
Help! He's pulling me into his crawl space. Help!
So it wasn't.
I'm trying to ball up.
Ball up! Ball up!
Ball up, Jimmy Bob! Ball up! Don't let him pull you under there.
He'll whip the piss out of you.
It's all legal if he gets you under there.
No,
technically, he's pulled you into his house uninvited.
So it wasn't your neighbor?
No, it wasn't a human body. So, update. So, my wife decides she's going to try to go under there. I'm like, fuck this. I can't fit in those tight spaces.
You poon out, huh?
I don't care.
I am not going under there.
No, call it what you want to call it. I'm
I'm
claustrophobic, and I don't fit in some of those spaces under there since they put the air ducts in. Before they put the air ducts in, I could have gotten there perfectly. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have had a problem at all because I did get under there a few times. There's a few, like, slightly tight spots, but for the most part, it's wide open under my house. My house has, like, a 2.5-foot crawl section, but they put the air ducts in, and it's like that shrunk immediately. So my wife tries to go under, and, because I can't fit, and I'm like, fuck it. If you want to try it, go ahead, but I'm not above trying to pay a guy. And you roll your eyes. Go ahead and roll your eyes.
Pay a guy.
God
damn.
Well, did you want to make some extra money that day? Would you want to went under there for
I would have, yeah.
$75 next time it happens.
Check.
You can undercut the guy.
You got it.
So my wife tries to go under, and she works somewhere where they provide gas masks. Because here's the thing, she's not.
She's a biochemist.
So she's not technically claustrophobic, but she does have a very weak stomach. Like, she gags. Like, back when we had a dog and it would shit in the floor, she would gag.
So she definitely would have fucking threw up all over the place if you would have rode home from Colin Ray with that little squirt in your fucking pants.
Something smells like shit. Something smells like shit. No. I don't know why I made her sound like that. But no, yeah, she has a weak gag reflex. Ask me how I know. Anyways, because if this is gagging her, no.
It's gotta be weak.
It's gotta be weak, right? No, so she puts on the gas mask, gets under there.
My dad got him a sword swallower for his first girlfriend.
Nearly killed her. Killed maybe. Baby, I think I'm touching your heart. But anyways,
look, I know I'm cutting you out, but I swear to God, my mom told me at one point before I was born, my dad had joined the carnival. It went out and shit.
Watch it juggle.
It's possible. Anyways, your wife wants to go under there with her.
She's got the gas mask on, and she goes under there, and because she has a weak stomach, and she gets into the tight part of the area, like of the house, and for some reason, like she hits something, like maybe her arms are extended or something. Somehow the little hole on the gas mask gets covered, and she goes to breathe in. And if you know anything about gas masks, anyways, you can't take a quick breath. It's like, because it's filtered, so it's like. So if you wanted to take a long, deep breath, you have to take it slow. There's no quick,
Yeah.
it's just because it's like there's a restriction there. So she gets under there and something clogs up the hole, like her arm or something hits it, and she goes to breathe in and it's like. So she has kind of a freak out, which I don't blame her. I mean, fuck, that's what happened to me with the fire department and everything. So she has a freak out. And she has a claustrophobic freak out. She busts out from under the house and she's like, like almost a panic attack. So, and I'm like, yeah, I know what you're going through. This is why I didn't try it. And she's like, fuck this shit. We'll pay a guy. So she calls around to a few exterminators in the area and she calls them and she's like, hey, we think we have a dead animal under our house. Does anybody come and get those out? And they talk to her like, no, you asshole, we killed the animals. You have to figure that out yourself. Well, all except for one exterminator. They go, I know a guy. And they put her in touch with this guy, this company. And they do they go in if you've got a squirrel in your attic, they come and get it. And they're pretty reasonably priced for what it is. It's and if you have a dead animal, the prices range from $125 to $175.
God damn.
But here's the thing they did. They don't just come and get the dead animal and just, there it is. They dig up the ground around it, like any kind of ground that's it's laying on, any kind of maggots that might be there. They also spray like a disinfectant type thing that kills all of the bacteria. So they do a process. They come out and they do this process.
They fucking get it out, put it in a bag,
Lysol the
dig up
shit
some
out.
fucking dirt, spray wipe it with some Clorox wipes, and then leave and take your money. That's what they do.
You sound like your dad.
No, that's what they do.
But no, I mean, I could smell the spray that he sprayed. It was a spray. It was and he actually told me, he's like, don't let nobody crawl under your house. I'm like, oh shit, man, we do parties under there. I'm glad you told me.
Hell, I've pulled 3 guys under there this week.
Hell, he's pulling me under his crawl space. Help! I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's just a guy struggling. Somebody pulls his feet, and he's trying to hold on to earth and God. He's already got his lower half in the crawl space, trying to hold on to the brick. Jesus. Ball up.
Ball up.
So the guy goes under there, and he actually comes right before I'm going to pick up my daughter from school, and he's like, "Oh, just show me where to go, and if you can go ahead and head out, and I probably won't even be suited up by the time you get back," because he puts on a respirator and everything. Now, super nice guy. He looks like he should be in this line of work. He looks like a guy that can handle animals. He slap a horse and be like, shut the fuck up, neighing and shit. He looks like a manly man, like a guy, and he's also small, skinny, and looks like he could fit into tight spaces. But he's like a manly man. It's like the guy you call to get a dead animal out from under your house, and he just don't flinch when he grabs it and the head falls off.
Did he pull up in an 85 Camaro?
It was a truck. It was a pickup truck.
Oh.
Okay. So he tells me he's been at the he's been just basically picking off coyotes at the safari park in Dyersburg.
Good.
He's like, yeah, that's all we've been doing for the past 2 weeks is just killing coyotes. And apparently this guy's good at his job. And so
see all these teeth I got in this knapsack? I collect them that way I remember them.
But no, I mean, he's a super nice guy. I told him, I was like, I'll refer people to you because we get the squirrels out the ass here in Bemis, and I'm sure they've gotten into some attics. And he's like, oh, yeah, I worked on that house and that house. He'd already been in the area. He's like, I knew exactly where you live. So he goes under there, and I go to pick up my daughter. I was gone 15 minutes maybe. I come back, and he's loading up his shit as I pull up, and there's a white hefty bag laying on the ground, like a 30-gallon hefty bag, and there's some weight in this motherfucker. And I'm thinking, oh, a cat, because we got cats around here. It's like cats done got under there and then bloated up, and something's wrong. I told him, I was like, so did you find a cat? And he's like, nope. And if you would have gave me some guesses, man, especially in the area we're in, because we're not near the woods. We are
fucking woods right there.
It is, but it's like 2 blocks that way. There's plenty of houses between us and those woods. And then there's 6 blocks up that way to the south. There's some woods there, but there's so many houses in between there, especially houses that don't have fences around the backyard. So if you would have asked me what was in this backyard, I would have been like, cat. Had to have been. That's the only animal we've seen back here. So I asked him, I go, was it a cat? And he goes, no, it was a raccoon. I go, really? And he's like, yeah, it was a huge raccoon too. He's like, and it was just barely starting to decompose. So that nasty dead smell that we smelt for 4 days, trying to figure out what the fuck it was a dying, rotting raccoon carcass. and he said, yeah, it was right under this area right here. That was pretty close to your return.
Oh, shit.
So that's why we were smelling it in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And like, we thought it was like a sewage leak. We was like, what the fuck is that smell? And my wife's like, that's a dead body. Like, I'm disturbed that you know that smell. So you've been dragging people into our crawl space?
Never forget that smell or that scream.
Help! He's dragging me in his crawl space!
He's got a boner. That's because I like doing this.
You better hold on for dear life, Jim Bob. He gets you in that crawl space. He can do it legally. Help! I'm kicking and it's just spurring him on. So I had a dead raccoon in there. He was like, yeah, it would have stayed rotting for probably another 3 or 4 weeks. And that smell probably would have got worse as it got warmer outside. And we're going on like a little trip. Like, that's why we're recording this on a Thursday. We're going on a little trip. Well, you imagine coming back to like a 2-week-old dead raccoon under your house near the air vent? God, it would have smelled like a mortuary in here.
Probably so. And it would have been a pleasant, I mean, it would have made the trip so horrible because
there ain't enough swerve in this house to cover up that smell.
Because you're already tired from being on the road for so long. You just want to come home and relax, and then you come in and it would have smelled like fucking.
Oh, we did try to fool ourselves. So she went under the big part of the house and she found a bird that had been massacred, but probably by a cat. And she did that thing, was like, I found a dead bird over here and it's by the bathroom. Maybe that's the smell. And we tried to fool ourselves. Like, maybe we're just smelling residuals from that bird. You know, like a bird fucking stinks that bad. But we're like, yeah, maybe that's it. So I go to Dollar Store and I pick up the most sketchy purchase I've ever picked up in my life. Because I had this plan. I'm like, maybe we just need to throw some kind of scent bomb under there. Like, maybe we need to make this scent, but maybe that's what it is. So I go to the store and buy these Hawaiian Breeze pearls. They're Febreze pearls. They're like, they come in a little canister, about a cup big. And I also buy pantyhose. Just leggings, not the full pantyhose, not with the crotch and everything for the, like the panty liner crotch. Did you ever see pantyhose when you were a kid? And like, what's that big crotch thing for? That's weird. In case I pissed myself. Let's catch it. Anyways. Yeah.
Nasty.
Pantyhose are just nasty anyways. Leggings, stockings.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're a socks man,
I'm
right?
a socks man. Knee-highs. Knee-high socks. Let's pull up some pictures. No. But no, I mean, so I go and buy these knee-high, like, pantyhose things, and I so I'm sure I'm looking weird. I'm buying dust masks, too, and the disease that will not be named. The women are up there are talking about like how everybody's freaking out, and they're like, "This is disgusting." People buying Best Buy. I'm like, I'm buying them for a scent. This isn't virus. And they're like, "Yeah, I was about to say you're buying dust masks." I was like, "No, this is for a scent. This is dead animals." So I take the pantyhose or the knee highs, and I pour those crystals in there, and I just chunk them under my house. And for like a day, it worked, man. It was like, oh man, it smells like a fucking Elvis movie under here, a Hawaiian breeze. You know, it smells great. Gonna get me Hawaiian breeze. It smelled great for like, well, I won't even say a day, 6 hours. And then at night, the smell came out. I don't know what it was about nighttime. I don't know if that's when the heat kicked on and that's
the
when
freaks come out at night.
Boy, did it. So, yeah. So the Febreze did not cover. That's one thing they do not put in the Febreze commercials. Can it cover up a dead raccoon? No, it will not.
No. New Febreze with lime.
Not even six packages of Febreze pellets shoved in pantyhose. Won't do it. But I mean, you know, a guy my size. I'm 6'3", bald, fat, and I'm buying 2 boxes of knee-high pantyhose, Febreze tablets, and I actually saw some LOL Band-Aids that I was like, my daughter would love these, so I buy those too. So it's like, this man has kidnapped a small child, and he's wearing pantyhose, I don't know what he's doing with the scent crystals. It was very a goodbye horses moment. It felt like.
Oh,
you know.
God. Ugh.
Goodbye horse.
Talking about-
Put the lotion in the basket.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket. Precious.
Pouring scent crystals on the woman in the pit. You smell like death. Put these knee highs on.
No, that'd be you. That's it's your pit.
As I tuck my dick between my legs and look at myself in the mirror and say, "I'd fuck me."
I'd fuck me.
Josh, I think we fucked just about everybody.
I think we did. It felt good though.
Yeah, it did. Well, we went way over a show and a half here, Josh. But if they want to find other shows or they want to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, I mean, you know the fucking spiel by now. How does it go?
It goes, if you want to follow us on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. And on Facebook, put in that search bar Pop Poncho and you will see our profile picture. And if you want to get the hookup on the telephone and send us a text message, leave us a voicemail. You never know, we might play the son of a bitch on the air. Our phone number is 731-300-6675.
And you could reach that 24 hours a day. Eventually, we'll listen to it, right, Josh?
I mean, I haven't in months, but leave us a present. Call it a present.
Eventually, we'll listen to it. And as we go off the air here, you're going to hear us shut our mouths, and we're going to be taken out by a little old woman. The opposite of that virus that we talked about earlier. We're going to be taken out by a little old woman and her confusion by calling our line. It's a P3 Radio hotline exclusive. A little old woman confused as to who the hell called her, Josh. Until next week, this has been Josh Brawley saying, and Richard Mulligan.
I have become you.
Ha ha! This has been Josh Brawley and Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.
Who is this? Who is this?